Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. He's not going to nag you to fix your negative behavior, sis. Reaction to Coach Pick Me video. So before I get started this demonstration, if I could get you to hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. So we're going to be doing a reaction to Coach Pick Me video. I believe that in her video, she made a lot of valid points. Of course, I'm going to wait for my co-hosts, Pee Wee and Tommy, to hit the panel with me for them to chop it up. But I think that she made some valid points. Like, for so many years, we've been reprogrammed to believe that the woman is the prize. But the one thing that I like about Coach Pick Me was she said, that's not the case. That's not how God intended it. She said that God created the woman for the man, not the other way around. And I know, a lot of y'all are going to throw y'all hot dogs at me. A lot of y'all are going to probably bash me. But why is it we use scriptures to justify some things, but why we don't use scriptures to justify all things? You know, we're quick to make quotes about salute Blue Devil G. We are quick to make quotes about how Jesus loves you and how Jesus wants you to do this and Jesus wants you to do that. But why don't we put on the full, complete armor of God? Now, if the Bible teaches us that the woman was given to the man, then why has the woman become the prize and the man is no longer the prize? I just wanted to throw that out there because when I listened to the video by Coach Pick Me, that's one of her bullet points. That's what she really was focusing on. Now, keep this in mind that this video was actually done by a female. One thing that I've noticed in I'm going to say a good year, the last year, more females are speaking out about how women need to be held accountable. Also, women are speaking out. I mean, there are a lot of podcasts ran by women that's basically saying, ladies, we got this thing wrong. We've been mishandling these men, and we've been treating these men poorly for many, many years. But like I said, I'm going to wait for my co-hosts, Tommy and Pee Wee, to join me on the panel, and then we'll get into the reaction video. I'm going to play the video by Coach Pick Me. He's not going to nag you to fix your negative behavior. One thing about us men are wired different from women. With men, we really pretty much don't like to argue. And we pretty much tell you from the beginning what we expect. We also, even in the relationship, we'll let you know when something is bothering us. However, we're not going to keep nagging you. We're not going to keep telling you, babe, stop it. Babe, you plucking my nerves. Babe, let it go. Men don't move like that. Men don't move like that. We're straight to the point. Either you get it or you don't get it. We're not going to be telling you 100 times over and over. We straight to the point. We get straight to the point. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let me know how y'all feel about this demonstration. He's not going to nag you to fix your negative behavior. That's not how men operate. I feel like if I got to keep nagging you over and over again, obviously you're not paying attention to me. I feel like if I got to keep telling you over and over again, it's a waste of my time. But I'll wait for my co-host to hit the panel with me, Tommy and Pee Wee, and then I will be playing the actual video that was done by Coach Pickme. And then we'll go ahead and we'll react to it. I hope everyone is doing fine. I hope everyone is doing fine. Salute to everybody that's watching. This is the Still Swinging Podcast. My subscribers, Pee Wee and Tommy, wanted me to help them out with their own podcast. If you are one of my subscribers, and if you would like to start your own podcast, and if you need my assistance, if you need my help, feel free to reach out to me. Salute, Sharon. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute, Sharon. Once again, if you would like to become a blogger, a YouTuber, a content creator, if you would like to start your own YouTube platform and you need my help, if you need my assistance, please feel free to let me know. It's nothing more exciting to me is when I see my subscribers starting their own channels. So a big shout out to Pee Wee and Tommy. We're almost at 100 subscribers. And believe it or not, I know some people might say, man, 100, that's it. You do a podcast, you become a YouTuber, and you'll see how hard it is to get 5 subscribers. But I tell people all the time, you got to crawl before you walk. Your favorite YouTuber, your favorite blogger, they started out the same way. And if you listen to their stories, some of them will tell you that many times they were thinking about quitting. Many times they just felt like this blogging, this YouTuber just wasn't for them. But they hung in there. And it took some time. Some of your favorite bloggers, they've been blogging for 5, 6, 7 years. This one lady, she said it took her 10 years to really reach her peak, but she just hung in there. So once again, if you thinking about becoming a YouTuber or a content creator and you need my help, feel free to reach out and I will help you to the best of my ability. Once again, we're waiting for my co-hosts, Tommy and Pee Wee. And I, like I said, I like helping people because, now the downside, and I don't want to discourage anyone, the downside of becoming a YouTuber or a content creator, it gets drained. It will drain you. It will drain you. And it can really, really keep you down. So also keep that in mind that being a blogger, being a content creator, you got to protect your peace. You have to protect your peace. So don't think that it's a easy walk in the park, because it's not. It's not. But if you're like me, and if you feel as though you have something to offer to people, then, you know, becoming a YouTuber is for you. Because believe it or not, there are a lot of people out here. There are a lot of people that love the work that the YouTubers does. Like, I get emails all the time. Lately, I've been getting a lot of emails. Shank Rock, where you at? Shank Rock, you need to come back. Shank Rock, you need to do more demonstrations. We miss you, Shank Rock. You're well missed. And, you know, it really lets me know that people do appreciate me. So as I stated before, there's ups and downs in becoming a YouTuber, but there's ups and downs in anything that you partake in life. Once again, I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. He's not going to nag you to fix your negative behavior, sis. This demonstration was actually sent to me by Pee Wee. So we're going to be doing a reaction video to Coach Pick Me. Salute to For Life. I see you down there. Appreciate that cash donation to For Life the other day. For Life says, what's up, Shank? You the best. I've seen at it since I started watching. I appreciate you, For Life. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you supporting me and pulling up on all my demonstrations. I appreciate all of y'all. And I appreciate y'all for coming over here, helping me to help Pee Wee and Tommy build their podcast. So I really appreciate y'all for coming over here to help me help Pee Wee and Tommy build their podcast. Well, I'm not going to hold y'all up that much longer. I'm going to actually play the video. I don't see Pee Wee and Tommy nowhere around. So I'm going to play the video from Coach Pick Me, and we'll get into this demonstration. So I'm going to play. Let's find it. Bear with me while I find it, y'all. Bear with me. I think I got it. And y'all let me know what y'all think.
So here's the thing, sis. That man is not a nagger. He is not going to beg you. He is not going to nag you to give him the things that he's trying to tell you he needs out of the relationship so that he can be happy too. He spends so much of his time worrying about if you're happy, if your needs are met, if you are content with where the relationship is headed, but he's walking on eggshells or walking around suppressing his feelings, his thoughts, his wants, and his needs because he has to worry about it. He brings it up to you. Now, is it going to be an argument or disagreement, or are you going to try to tell him he doesn't feel the way that he feels? Like, you can tell him the way he feels better than he can tell for himself. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, he's not going to beg you to listen to him from a place of understanding as opposed to listening from a place of waiting for him to say something for you to jump in and immediately cut him off. He's not going to keep begging you to listen to what he's saying so that you can be a better partner for him. What he's going to do is he's going to take those mental observations, and he may very well give you more chances than you deserve to get it right. I always say sometimes 3 strikes or 2 strikes too many, but because he really wants to be with you, because you are where his heart is at, because you are who he wants to build his life with and around. He's going to continue giving you chances to get it right. But one day, sis, he's going to get so tired of you belittling him. He's going to get so tired of you cutting him off. He's going to get so tired of you telling him he doesn't have a right to feel the way he feels. He's going to get so tired of you just, yeah. So here's the thing, sis. That man is not a nagger. He is not.
And that's so true. And I hope that by listening to this, I hope that ladies, the point that she's making, the message that she's dropping, I hope it doesn't go over any of y'all heads, because Blue Devil G says she's so right, Shank. And that's so true, because one thing that ladies have a major problem with is cutting us off when it's time for us to speak. Ladies have a major problem with cutting us off. Salute, Cotan Hodge. Appreciate you for pulling up. Ladies will tell us that we don't know what we're talking about. Ladies will try to convince other people that we don't know what we're talking about. They will even go the extra mile to try to convince us that we don't know what we're talking about. Ladies, when we trying to tell y'all something, shh, and just listen and take in what it is that we have to say and see exactly what we saying instead of cutting us off. Once you cut us off, Blue Devil G says, cut me off, I don't want to talk to you. And that's going to be the formula for us doing the rest of the relationship. And we might be together 3, 4, 5 years. And as Coach Pick Me said, we tolerate it, we put up with it, we let it slide, because in all actuality, we do care about y'all. We do love y'all. Slide in, Tommy.
Good evening, everybody. How everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody having a wonderful evening. And let's get right into this. A lot of times, man, it come from my standpoint, it come from lack of self-awareness. Like, when I say that, because Shank Rock, you see all the things that she ran down. I've yet to meet the woman who remembered that she done that in a relationship. That she really done much of anything, because it was always all you. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, I be like trying to explain to people, like, sometimes we all get caught up in wanting to be right. All right, that's only human. All right, that's how human beings wired, to think their way is the right way, right? But when you clearly see that your way ain't the right way because it's not working, the right way work. And I don't mean just being right, thinking you right. I mean really being right. Like, do it matter more that you are right or that you win? Because see, you could be right and still lose. You can think you right all you want, and you can still be wrong. And just because you don't want to hear it, don't make you right. And it's just like, I hear this communication thing a lot. Oh, they don't communicate. Well, why is it that we can only communicate if we going to talk about me? If we going to talk about you, then it ain't going to be no communicate. You already know you going straight get to cutting me off. And then the minute you get to cutting me off, you telling me what I got to say is not valid to you. But you will be the first one talking about we need to communicate. Okay, communication go two ways. It don't just go one way. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need a better understanding, right? When it come right down to look, just because you think you right, don't mean you don't need to. You shouldn't listen. Just because you think you right, and you ain't about to sit here and let nobody say nothing crazy about you. How about you stop doing crazy stuff then? You don't want to listen to nothing crazy about you, right? The remedy to that is stop acting crazy. Like, and just because you don't want to acknowledge it, and then some people, right, they can only see the flaw in others. That's when I say self-awareness. They'll be telling you about something somebody else do when you do the same thing. You know, and your argument to whenever I bring up something that I got a problem with about you is that you gonna say something about me. And I'm like, yo, that's not communicating. That's not communicating. If I got a problem with you and the first thing you go to is you got a problem with me. Well, I got a problem with you doing this. But I mean, do that mean that you not doing what it is I'm saying you doing that's affecting the the cohesiveness in our relationship? Is how important is it to you, or is it just more important that you be right and I just get right what you think I should get right, and we should just leave what you need to get right alone because you feel like you ain't going to change, but you feel like I should? No, listen, those kind of relationships, bro, they are destined to fail. You need two open people. You need two open people that have a respectful dialogue. Your point gotta be just as important. You gotta point of view to you need to be just as important as you think your point of view should be to me. If that's not the same, then yeah, you tripping. You tripping if you think your point of view should be more valid than mine. That ain't going to never work. That's not going to work. I mean, and look at your, and you can look at any relationship you got. You know that's not going to work. Eventually, any man is going to get sick of that. Okay, he'll try and try and try and try, but then he gonna really eventually see, look, you're not getting it, you're not gonna get it, and the he don't really see the sense in trying no more. I mean, like he tried to run it down to you 80 million different ways. You just refuse to see it. You're not going to see it. You don't want to see it. Okay, look, all right, well, maybe you can see it with somebody else because you can't see it with me. You know, I mean, and then that's when that's when the crazy, you, that's when either you need to be a victim or you need to be right. You know, either way, you ain't taking no accountability and responsibility for nothing. So then you go in your next relationship with this same behavior, but it's gonna get you the same outcome because the thinking you right, and you don't need to listen. You just need to talk, and everybody else need to listen. Okay, I mean, it only gonna ever work in your mind, but it ain't gonna work in real life. You know, I mean, you can think you bossing up or whatever the case may be. I don't know what the problem is. I really don't. But as a man, like, look, it ain't my responsibility to figure it out. I tried to communicate with you, but it's saying we can only communicate when it's saying we can only communicate about me. We need to both parties need to be fully invested in communication. And for that to happen, both parties gotta be open. One party can't be closed. Both people need to be open for the conversation. Okay? The hard conversations that involve stuff you don't want to hear about yourself. Things we don't want to hear about ourselves. All right? The truth about the nature of our personalities. We don't want to hear it sometimes. But as a man, you know what? I would consider what you going through with me enough to listen. Because you know you feel like it's a problem. But seemingly I can't get the same respect. And that's where the disconnect come in. You feel me? And yo, it's not like just a couple brothers say this. So many brothers run into this same thing. But when you talk to our women, it's always the same thing. Well, who do that? Well, who do that? Who do that? What kind of women you been dealing with? And you're like, you, girl. I've been dealing with women just like you. You know, the kind of the women who, no matter what, they just not going to be responsible for nothing that went wrong. Never. I mean, they're going to over credit for everything that went right, but take no accountability when it fall apart. And the things that this lady was laying down, like, you know, I know it to be true because, you know, most of us men been through it. But you know what? I know it's some women who not going to take you through that. There's some women who will really listen. You know what I'm saying? There's some women who will really want to get to the understanding to make the relationship go forward in a fruitful manner. You know, it's not all. Yo, you really got some ladies with some serious understanding. I mean, who really took some time to try to understand men. And when you deal with them, you notice, like, yo, she really took some time to try to understand men. I don't know who taught her, but they taught her well. You run into those women a lot. But the problem is, most of those women never single. When you run into them kind of women, they usually never single. You know, but you can always see why. You can always see why. She always so easy to deal with, so easy to get along with. You know, and most men, believe it or not, ladies, they just want some peace. They just want some peace. You know, they just don't want to have to go through hell at home. That's all. Most men, you catch most divorced men, and most divorced men tell you the same thing. I would get married again. I would do this again. This time I just want somebody that's nice. I just want somebody that's nice. That's all. That's all I would ask. Somebody that's nice. Somebody that's not evil. And don't care about stepping on the way somebody else feel, the way somebody else take things, or you know, this Disney fantasy that she got of a relationship and what it's supposed to be is never measuring up to her expectations because her expectations is way up in the sky and they really shouldn't be at all. But you know, trying to tell her anything is completely impossible because it's like, you know, and don't get me twisted, you got some men like that. You got some men like that. But for the most part, what I see and what I hear and what I know, like so many men go through this. And so many men tell you the same thing. Like, yo, she ain't responsible for nothing. Like me personally, I've yet to meet the woman who say she was responsible for the relationship going bad. Any relationship. But one thing you can't get away from, you are the common denominator in your life. You are the common denominator in your life. It's you who got to take you with you everywhere you go. All right? All right? Somewhere along the line, if your life a certain way, you did something wrong too. And ain't nothing wrong with trying to figure that out. Ain't nothing wrong with saying, you know what? I need to look in the mirror. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Like yo, we gotta do it all the time. It's not like it's not like we get the paint a picture, right, of how we want our life to be, and boom, just because we want that, that's what's going to happen. No, no, it's going to take a level of focus. It's going to take a level of hard work, and if you want the great reward, you gotta believe in the work that you're doing in your relationship, in your daily life. Like, it just don't change. It just don't stop. The kind of person you are gonna have a lot to do with the kind of outcome you gonna get in life. Trust me. The most pleasant people usually get the best outcomes. The people who can stop and say, hold up, let me check my behavior before I start looking at somebody else's. Because yo, you could be a handful too, Tom. That's what I say to myself. You ain't the easiest person in the world. Because let me tell you something. I get all high and mighty when I start thinking I'm somebody, right? But when I realize, yo, look, man, I ain't nobody special, then I can do some work on myself. I can do some work on myself. Because I don't gotta jump on a high horse to believe I'm valuable to the people that love me the most and to the people that I love the most. So whenever it's a problem, I'm going to address it as a man. It's up to you as a woman to see it, or whether you just going to cut me off and start talking about something you don't like about me. I mean, I ain't gonna be the only one sitting around listening. When I listen, I'm having my problems here too. Now I'm not one that think you gonna be happy 365 days a year. Man, that ain't gonna happen for you. If that's what you plan on somebody else doing, look, stop it. We gotta all know that we could be wrong. Yo, we could be right, but we could be wrong. And that even if we wrong, right, which hill we want to die on, you know? I'm gonna digress for a minute, Shank, and let you step up because I don't see Pee Wee up yet, and I don't want to just take up all the time. Come on, Shank Rock.
Yeah, you touched off on some valid points. Let's jump in the chat. I know the chat was definitely agreeing with you. For Life says, salute, Tommy. Sharon says, hey, Tommy. For Life says, facts. Tommy, they can't even see themselves. Shaking my head. Salute, Hodge James.
Yeah, salute, For Life. Appreciate it. Yeah, bro, I know exactly what you mean.
Blue Devil G says, facts. Just be grown about it. Miss Groovy says, hey, swinging. Hey, everybody. I see y'all coming.
Hey, Miss Groovy.
Miss Groovy says, facts, Tommy. Blue Devil G says, the younger people not getting married too. So basically, Miss Groovy says facts. So basically, they building with you, they agreeing with you. Like you touched off on some good points. Like the one good point that you touched off on was self. I like how you were able to take the accountability. Like, hey, look, sometimes I know me being Tommy, I know I'm hard to deal with. I'm the same way. Me being Shank, I know at times I can be hard to deal with. But the one thing that I like, you said that's when you're able to learn. That's when you're able to grow, when you realize, wait a minute, I could be wrong, or strong possibility that I am wrong. And I think that that's a wake-up call for all of us, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, man, woman, child, or if you are a transformer, regardless of your gender. I think we all need that wake-up call that Tommy spoke about. Self, identifying that I may be the problem here. It's okay. Like Tommy also said, hey, we all at times are right. But hey, on the flip side, at times, we all are wrong sometimes. I got to raise my hand. Shank Rock got to say, at times, I know that I'm wrong. I know that I may be wrong, and that's okay. But if we focus on us and if we focus on self, I think that we become a better person, especially in these relationships. I can't just beat up on the ladies. I got to beat up on the fellas. Fellas, we do play a part. Even though the demonstration is about the ladies, but fellas, we can't get on that high horse like Tommy spoke on. We can't get on that high horse and think that we are never wrong. But back to the negative behavior that the women display. Ladies, you can drive away a good man. Ladies, you can make a good man shut down on you. Ladies, believe it or not, you can make a man cheat on you. I know it's taboo. I know for so many years it's been dressed up as, he cheated because he wanted to cheat. He cheated because you was too good for him. Nah, that's not true. Ladies, I know for a fact, and I've talked to some ladies that have admitted it, I drove my man to cheat. I had a good man, but I drove my man to cheat. Ladies, we are human beings just like y'all are. As what Pee Wee said in the previous demonstration. Why is your feelings okay? Now, God gave you feelings. Now, he gave me the same feelings that he gave you. But why is it okay for your feelings to be addressed? And it should be some concern behind your feelings. But how come my feelings don't get the same concerns? Why is it always labeled, oh, you a man? Why are we always labeled that way? You a man. Get over it. Man up. Why? And then when you have a son, and if you're not careful at raising your son, you're going to program your son wrong. You're going to have your son for your man. All because your negative behavior ran away the man that God sent you. So now you got your son, and most ladies do this. Most ladies raise their sons as if their sons is their man.
Yeah. Yep.
This is, and I'm gonna let you come in, Tommy. This is something that I never could understand. Let me read y'all comments. Blue Devil G says, quickly, The Full Life says, when you get that clear answer, let me know, Shank Rock. Blue Devil G says, they always tell us to man up. Exactly. Now, this is something that, now, I don't know if it's like that today. Y'all will have to help me understand if it's like this today. But I remember it was a time when a woman would take their money and give their money to the preacher. Women would give their last dime to the preacher, but turn their nose up at their man and wouldn't get a man nothing. Wouldn't even fix their man lunch for work. Not only wouldn't even fix their man lunch for work, wouldn't even prepare dinner for their man. Why is it that your man don't get the privileges, or your man don't get the services from you that he deserves, but you'll go and give them same services to another man? Slide in, Tommy.
Yeah. I was just thinking about something. It's like you touched on women. I just wish that they, not all women, because this definitely don't apply to all women. I just wish they would understand the importance of a man in the family dynamic, and be sure to make a proper selection when starting a family. You know, because a man is so needed. Like, I see the boys and the way they grow up. Look, I mean, the world shame men for being men. All right, that is who we are. That is how we are designed. And listen, I'm very unapologetic about being a man. All right, but it's just like Charleston White hit on something, right? And he was like, you ever remember when a woman, your mama, made you shame about something? Like, as a man, that, you know what I'm saying, it's just a man. Like, he was like, look, when my thing get hard, I don't have no control over that. But you know how a woman because as men, we all been boys. We remember always that time the teacher called on us to stand up in class, but we don't know why. But we just had the super erection and wouldn't stand up. All right, because he don't have no control over that, but he won't stand up because people will shame him. Because like, and it went further. It's like, you know, your mama busts in the bathroom and you got your thing in your hand and you don't got your father there to say, boy, that's yours. You're going to take that thing with you everywhere you go. Can't nobody tell you when you can touch that and when you can't touch that. That's yours. Don't ever let nobody make you feel ashamed for something that belonged to you. Like, you know, and I was like, man, I do remember being ashamed. You know what I'm saying? There's something I ain't had never had no reason to be ashamed about. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a small point I'm trying to reach in the confidence a man building a man. You know what I'm saying? Him being confident in who he is and the things he's supposed to accomplish. Him taking it serious, you know, and living by a certain means to where he is responsible. He is never going to be anything less than the best father he can possibly be, that he know how to be, you know. But that all go down to the man you selecting. The man you selecting. All right, listen, you can't select crap, then get mad that it's crap. And then think every man you see must be crap. That's not how it goes. That's not how it go. Listen, if we trying to build a cohesive family unit, okay, let me tell you, baby girl, you're not gonna build it with Thugnificent. That's probably not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, you ain't nobody saying you can't stop and do whatever you gonna do around with Thugnificent. What I'm saying is don't start having babies by Thugnificent. All right? Because he is not an ideal father. When you thinking about a kid, you gotta be a child, you gotta be thinking about your life seriously, not like a little girl, not like a little boy. See, because they leading the next generation. And man, this next generation looking crazy. But look what they following. Look what they following. Man, they ain't about to follow that. If that's how jacked up it is, I can jack it up myself. That's how they feel. The groundwork we laying is crazy. I had a chick hit me up telling me I should fight for Beyonce to be country. Man, you mean to tell me you still fighting to sit at their lunch table? You fighting for Beyonce? You want to really think black people should fight for Beyonce to be country? All the problems that we have in it, that as black people, as a people, you still think we need to be fighting to be accepted by them in any kind of way? You think I will waste my time fighting for that? I will not. I will not waste my time fighting for anything stupid like that. All right? I want you to fight to be accepted by your own people. I want you to deem your people worthy enough to be comfortable and cool with the fact that they accept you. See, because to us, we never enough. I ain't fighting for Beyonce to be country. I'm not doing that. I don't care if they never accept her. All right? Listen, I'm past fighting. We should be way past fighting to sit at the lunch, still fighting to sit at the lunch counter. All right, for them to let us sit at the lunch counter. Okay, look, we need our own lunch counter. We need to find our own acceptance in each other and know that that's enough. Because as long as these other cultures, see, we'll do anything to get out of our own. What the hell you ever think they gonna think so special about being us? What the hell we got so special that we running away from it? No, no. Fight for our culture. Fight for our culture to be respected. Not accepted. Respected. See, because you can make them accept you, but you will never make them respect you. All right? He still don't want you here. Man, when you built a house, a nice, beautiful house for yourself, you don't give a damn where nobody don't want you because you can always go home. You know what you built there. You got all the amenities you like. You got everything you love right there. All right? So when I don't want to deal with the world no more, you know what I do? I come home. I go home. I got a nice place to live. Okay? I don't have to put up with nothing I don't want to put up with. I don't have to go nowhere they don't want me around. I can go where they love me. But if we ain't looking at it like that, then how are we seeing it? I'm gonna digress, Shank, and let you get back on because I don't want to just you know,
All right, I'm gonna give me a few minutes, everybody. I'm gonna run the clip again for those that just pulled up. Give me a minute. Sharon says, I don't see a lot of men or women these days trying to be with someone that God has designed for them. And that's true, Sharon. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm coming, y'all. Give me a minute. Okay. I just created a background. Let me see. Let me look at it. I gotta adjust the lettering. Just playing with some templates and stuff. That's all.
Bluetooth.
Let's see.
Connected.
All right. Let's see. All right, here we go, y'all, for those that just pulled up.
Yeah, so here's the thing, sis. That man is not a nagger. He is not going to beg you. He is not going to nag you to give him the things that he's trying to tell you he needs out of the relationship so that he can be happy too. He spends so much of his time worrying about if you're happy, if your needs are met, if you are content with where the relationship is headed, but he's walking on eggshells or walking around suppressing his feelings, his thoughts, his wants, and his needs because he has to worry about if he brings it up to you, now is it going to be an argument or disagreement, or are you going to try to tell him he doesn't feel the way that he feels, like you can tell him the way he feels better than he can tell for himself. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is he's not going to beg you to listen to him from a place of understanding as opposed to listening from a place of waiting for him to say something for you to jump in and immediately cut him off. He's not going to keep begging you to listen to what he's saying so that you can be a better partner for him. What he's going to do is he's going to take those mental observations and he may very well give you more chances than you deserve to get it right. I always say sometimes 3 strikes or 2 strikes too many, but because he really wants to be with you, because you are where his heart is at, because you are who he wants to build his life with and around, he's going to continue giving you chances to get it right. But one day, sis, he's going to get so tired of you belittling him. He's going to get so tired of you cutting him off. He's going to get so tired of you telling him he doesn't have a right to feel the way he feels. He's going to get so tired of you just, yeah. So here's the thing, sis. That man is not a nagger. He is not going to beg you. He is not going to nag you to give him the things that he's trying to tell you he needs out of the relationship so that he can be happy too. He spends so much of his time worrying about if you're happy, if your needs are met, if you are content with where the relationship is headed, but he's walking on eggshells or walking around suppressing his feelings, his thoughts, his wants, and his needs because he has to worry about if he brings it up to you, now is it going to be an argument or disagreement, or are you going to try to tell him he doesn't feel the way that he feels, like you can tell him the way he feels better than he can tell for himself. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is he's not going to beg you to listen to him from a place of understanding as opposed to listening from a place of waiting for him to say something for you to jump in and immediately cut him off. He's not going to keep begging you to listen to what he's saying so that you can be a better partner for him. What he's going to do is he's going to take those mental observations and he may very well give you more chances than you deserve to get it right. I always say sometimes 3 strikes or 2 strikes too many, but because he really wants to be with you, because you are where his heart is at, because you are who he wants to build his life with and around, he's going to continue giving you chances to get it right. But one day, sis, he's going to get so tired of you belittling him. He's going to get so tired of you cutting him off. He's going to get so tired of you telling him he doesn't have a right to feel the way he feels. He's going to get so tired of you just, yeah. So here's the thing, sis.
And that's so true. He's going to get tired. The Full Life says, give me a minute, y'all. The Full Life, salute Sagittarius. The Full Life says, Sharon, that would take knowing that God is a part of your daily life. A lot of men and women go without even the realization of that fact. Here's where we're at. Relationships, as well as the family. Well, if there's no healthy relationships, how can there be any healthy families? And I'm just basically building off what Tommy said. It's like he's telling us, you know, that the family is the one that's suffering. If the relationship is not happy, how can the family be happy? And I do know that there are men, and there have been men that messed up a good family. I'll say it again. There have been men, and even today, there are men that mess up the family. However, this demonstration is not about the men. This demonstration is a reaction video to Coach Pick Me video. He's not going to nag you to fix your negative behavior, sis. You have to understand, don't know man, no good man, because it's all kind of men. And this is the reason why the majority of women always says, why I can't find no good man? Where are the good men at? They damn sure ain't in your bed. They damn sure ain't at your house. They damn sure ain't DMing you. See, a good man knows his worth. Kevin Samuels was trying to put us up on a high value man. He never was saying that he was a high value man. He was only going off of the bar that was already set. I done that demonstration. It wasn't Kevin Samuels' bar. It wasn't Kevin Samuels' idea or whatever. It wasn't Kevin Samuels' perspective himself of a high value man. He was only quoting what was already laid down as a high value man. You know I mess up my words for life. Same way on my Shank Rock channel, same way over here. I'm gonna mess up some words. But a good man, he's just not gonna put up with it, sis. And one thing about a good man, before you even open your mouth, a good man can tell whether or not you're gonna be problems. By the way you dress, by the way you walk. A good man peeps all of that. Especially nowadays with social media. Because, you know, ladies, you know how y'all do us? Let me go to his social media page. Let me investigate him. We do the same thing with y'all. We investigate. So he gonna look at your profile and all that long bio that y'all talk about. I ain't on here to be trying to date nobody. I don't want none of y'all in my DM. I don't want that. That's a turnoff. And that's why you keep attracting the low valued men. And you wonder why you keep getting these low value men. Because a high value man, he ain't gonna tolerate that. He already see what you about. He already know he gonna have problems with you. But a low value man, it's a challenge to him. He's somewhere telling his homeboy, watch me get her. He's somewhere, right, the Pookie. I was a Pookie before. So I'm somewhere telling somebody, watch you, I'm gonna get her. I bet you won't get it. Let's bet $20. Let's bet $100. I'm gonna get her. That's how this thing goes. You right, Sagittarius, they be acting like Miss Independent on they bio. It's a turnoff to a high value man. The For Life says, I was tested on some BS from some woman's former relationship. It's just a turnoff. But that's why y'all get the men that y'all get. Y'all drive the high value men away. A man that got his ish together, trust me, he got options. A man that got his ish together, he got options. And on the outside, you might be a baddie. On the outside, you might be a dime on the outside. But take it from me. After I smash you 2 or 3 times, that's it for me. After I smash you 2 or 3 times, that's it for me. And that's not to say that all baddies, that's not to say that all dimes are wired like that. Because like Tommy was saying, you got a lot of females that's 100. You got a lot of good females. Let me put that out there. You got a lot of nice looking females. That's good females. You got a lot of unattractive women. But the point that I'm trying to make is, don't think that because you are a baddie, don't think that because you are a dime, don't think that that's going to attract a high value man. Don't think that that's going to attract a spiritual man. Don't think that's going to attract a God-fearing man. Those are the type of men that comes with the high value man. A Pookie, a Ray Ray, you already know what you're going to get out of Pookie. You already know what you're going to get out of Ray Ray. You're going to be accepting a lot of collect calls. You're going to be spending a lot of money on commissary. You're going to be traveling up and down the road 2-3 hours visiting him in some state prison. That's what come along with the territory. Once again, this demonstration is about the negative behavior of a woman. Because for so long, women have become so far gone where as though there's no accountability. And any and every time it's time for them to accept the accountability or take responsibility, they always got to throw a man in the mix. If you talk about mothers not being good mothers, the first thing they're going to say is, well, where the father at? Why y'all ain't talking about the father? Because this demonstration ain't about fathers. This demonstration is about mothers. And it's the reason why we're in the situation that we're in now. Do y'all realize that Coach Pickney, she's not the only female that's coming out that's making women take responsibility? It's a lot of Kendra G. It's a lot of females because they have realized, the females of today, they have realized, females today have realized that they have dug themselves in the quicksand. They see it. They see it. Like I said, I remember before you couldn't find 1 or 2 females to talk like Kendra G or Coach Pickney. But now you find a majority of females with podcasts that talk just like that because they see it. They're like, damn, we caused all this hell. We talked all this crap about men. And we talked all this junk about what the men wasn't doing. But we was no better than the men. We was getting away with a lot of BS. And we was pointing the finger at the men. Like I said before, the single mothers, yeah, but you got to understand, the majority of those fathers wasn't in them children's lives was because of them toxic baby mothers. Let the church say amen. Let the chat say amen. I'm going to say it again. a lot of the fuck, you had some deadbeat dads, though. Don't get me wrong.
Amen.
But a lot of the single mothers were single mothers because they drove the baby fathers away. They drove them away. Let me tell y'all something. Don't no man want to go through all of that BS. She using the baby to play mind games with him. If he don't give her money, he can't see the baby. He might want to take his child. That's just as much as his child as her child. But he might want to take his child to go get some ice cream or something. You ain't taking my baby nowhere. He like, golly. If you want to see her, you had to see her in here. And ain't no need for me going in there because 5 minutes with me being in the house with you, man, you going to get to arguing. Look, I just come to see my son. Look, I just come to pick up my daughter. I want to spend some quality time with my son. I want to spend some quality time with my daughter. Some of y'all are move and, don't let the father know where y'all living at. It's a whole lot of stuff that y'all take fathers through. Oh, you got to meet me at the store. Like, golly. I don't just let anybody come to my house. Oh, now you don't let anybody come to your house. But when I was smashing you, when I was banging your back out, I was all up in your house. Come on then, Tommy.
Man, something wrong with you. Yeah, though, but
you feel me though? You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely feel you, man. You said a whole lot, man. You said a whole lot just now. And like, I mean, and ladies, trust me, I get it. You don't always make the right decision. But the thing is, you ain't going to never make the right decision if you ain't going to never take no accountability for the decision that you made. If it's always somebody else's fault, then that means you never wrong. And ain't nobody going to change nothing they doing right. You're going to change the things you doing wrong. But if you never wrong, how you change anything? So basically what you're saying is the next man going to get the same thing the last man got because somewhere in your mind, you think this treatment of a man is right. And it's not. This kind of treatment of a man not going to never net you a long-term relationship with that was fruitful. Because most men, look, yeah, we as men, yeah, we'll put up with a lot. We will. Especially when we got a lot invested here. And especially when, you know what I mean, we know we doing the right thing. And maybe, but like, come on, man. At some point in time, you gonna have to say, look, I need to listen too. Especially, I mean, if you think it's going, if you want it to work. If you want it to work, you're gonna have to say, okay, well, look, I need to listen too. It can't just be all about me. Because you ain't in the relationship by yourself, right? So it's always somebody else to consider. And whenever you considering somebody else, you gotta be open. If you're not open and you're going to remain closed, and when I say open, I mean really open, really willing to listen. Really take heed from a standpoint opposite your own. And say, you know what? Look, I think I'm right, but it's a chance that, maybe I'm not. And I keep hitting here because this way I see the sore spot is. This way I see the sore spot in the accountability. I think it's rooted in the need to be right. And that need to be right make relationships go haywire. I'm telling you. That need to be right because, man, I can't tell you how many times I was right and still lost. You could be right and still lose. You could be right all you want. If right ain't getting you the outcome, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not right. You know, and it's just like she was saying, you know, men, yeah, they'll try, they keep trying, you know, but it's always gonna come that time where he gonna give that trying up. Always. You know, I mean, look, that's the way human beings, the male human being is designed. We not really big on wanting to be arguing at odds because it got a different kind of meaning to a man. You feel me? When he feel like he can't do nothing right in your eyes, he feel like no matter what, he gonna get you complaining. I mean, you gonna start to notice him stop trying. What's the sense in trying when he getting the same results? He ain't getting no acknowledgement for his effort. He's still getting the same, you know, lady he keep trying to talk to you about. And look, I mean, it's no good. And like, and yeah, I know, look, it's not the thing that I'm saying the fellas don't got their stuff with them. Yo, we definitely got our stuff with us. We definitely need to do better as individuals, as men, as leaders. We need to do better. But don't give me that as the reason why you can't control yourself. Why you don't think you need to have respect. Why you do all the things that keep us from being able to move forward. And keep your man in that space. That space where he always feeling like he ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't ask a man who work at Walmart to buy you a Ferrari because you seen the chick on Instagram with one. And you automatically assume that he the problem, he the reason why you don't got no Ferrari. No, I'm just telling you because, listen, I be seeing this stuff. I be seeing this stuff, not necessarily like a Ferrari, but you want him to do things you know he not financially capable of doing. So why you putting all of a sudden out of the blue want to put a burden like that on him when you know, I mean, look, it ain't his fault. You know, he is who he is. And it ain't your fault. You are who you are. And I be seeing a lot of spaces where it's just outright, like it just look like, I don't know, maybe she just thinks she better than him. Maybe she don't hold them in high regard. When you don't hold them in high regard, you're not gonna have a lot of respect for them. And I see some people, man, they don't hold nothing in high regard. Everything that come in their life, they just make a disaster of it. Yo, it ain't by accident. It's really your fault. It ain't nobody else's fault. And all this stuff don't just keep happening by mistake. Some of these things are perpetuated by you, perpetuated by me. Because I was feeling a certain way, or you was feeling a certain way. And instead of us, you know what I'm saying? Look, because I don't care. Look, your partner needs space too. If he say he don't want to talk about it right now, give him some space. You know, It can't be on command because you commanded it. And fellas, it's the same thing, you know. I'm gonna digress for a minute, Shank Rock. Come on, pull back up.
Let me see what the chat's saying. Y'all know tonight is Wednesday, and y'all know. Salute Tracy. Salute Tracy. Appreciate you for pulling up. Y'all know what I do on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. Sisters, drop a 1 if y'all gonna be watching Sisters tonight. You know, Karen, I believe, went to get the sonogram, and it looks like something may be wrong with the baby. I hope not. But drop a 1 if y'all gonna be watching Sisters. Tracy, Miss Groovy, all right. Miss Groovy says twins. Wouldn't that be something? And wouldn't be something if one of them was Ernst and the other one was Zach? That'll be something. But I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Miss Groovy says yes. I really hope it's not Zach's baby, though. I really do. Because I want Zach and Fatima to move on and do their thing. You know, Karen messed up. I mean, she messed up. She messed up when she got Zach locked up. She knew Zach ain't write them bad checks. She did that to be spiteful. Got Zach locked up. Yeah, it's on BET the full light. That's who the thumbnail pictures is. Well, Zach and Fatima, I use their pictures for the thumbnail. But it's on BET. It come on at 9 o'clock. Tracy says, I hope it's not Zach either. This is, yeah. I just want Zach and Fatima to move on, Tracy. You feel me? I just want Zach and Fatima to move on. Once again, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. It's almost 9 o'clock. I got to get my butter pecan ice cream. I got to get my popcorn ready. So I'll see everybody on the next demonstration. Salute, y'all.